Right. Should we get down to the business then?
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Let's stop bantering. We have to get down to the nitty gritty work.
Why is Hudson a tier 200 unlock and it doesn't even look like him? Grr.
It's like basic white bald guy in suit.
That's genuinely a massive issue though. You know, like during the beta when like Glitch and Queen and that were on about how Takeo just looks like a white dude.
Yeah.
Now they're like, for the basically every zombies character that's in the game already and all the characters that are used in the game normally, they have decent models because it's their in-game models. But for everyone that hasn't been in it, like Hudson, Mason, Reznov, they all look so horrible because what they are is like they're remade by Raven. They're not like just upgraded versions of normal models. It looks.
Gosh darn it, Raven. Get good.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see when they're gonna get like to make their own COD. Because like they do COD Online and that, and they basically do everything for like every other studio. Like they help with the games. Like they've probably the person remastering like Modern Warfare 2. Because they did it for Modern Warfare 1. But I feel like instead of giving Sledgehammer another year of games, they should just let Raven have a go.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what the next COD's gonna be. I'm not saying that this COD's shit. Fuck no.
This COD
is saying that.
It's really good, but then when you think of it, like if you just take a step back, it doesn't feel like there's as much, but there's still quite a lot.
I kinda get where you're coming from. Well, it's just like the whole non-campaign thing, because that takes up a lot of your starting time.
Yeah, because that's what's like the thing you do. First thing, when I would get a COD, I wouldn't just go straight into multiplayer or zombies or like that. I'd play the campaign because the campaign would always transition into zombies.
Yeah, same. That's 100% what I did.
But
to be honest, I'm like, there's no problem with not having a campaign. I'm just chilling. Heck, campaign, man.
It just sort of makes it feel like there's less than there is.
True, true.
But there is a lot of special with zombies because like of all the new modes.
Zombie Rush?
I actually like it quite a bit.
I love it so much more than Grief.
Yeah.
Fuck Grief.
I love Zombies Rush because of the same reason that I was proper into Radical Heights. Just because it's like game show and it's like really campy, and I'm like, I'm into that.
Yeah. I like how it's actually really intense.
Yeah.
Even though it's like meant to be like casual, but it's so intense.
It's like really map dependent. Like Classified is like you'll go down really early. Like the second you get like through the teleport downstairs, you're done.
You're fucking done. I think 9 was like made for Rush.
Yeah, it's just simple map.
Simple map, but it is like probably the best. Probably the best. Not saying it is. My opinion could be the best map.
I don't get why.
That. I bashed like fuck Dies and Dry. Loved you, but 9. Fuck off.
I don't get why everyone hates Blood just because there's a lot of dogs. Not their fault.
Oh yeah, like when Lex was listing the like map order at the beginning, and he put Blood like in a mare. Like what? Just because you hate the Easter egg doesn't mean you have to put it down to mare.
No, he said that the Easter egg was horrible to do as well, and I'm like, it's not actually though, is it? It's quite interesting. Like, I haven't done it, but I understand what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah. It's a bit fucking yikes. I think he should have just put it below classified, not that far below classified.
Or you just
I don't even agree with his order, to be honest.
I
I
just
think it's
somewhere else
9.
not before.
It,
thing-
it's not the bus of it. Oh, heck off. Heck off. Fight me. Fight me.
You know classified, yeah?
Mhm.
There's no difference. There isn't a single difference from the original map. It's just the same map. Just with
There's
different
new
characters.
areas.
Yeah, that's like it, but there's nothing other than like, a new area. There's no race skins or anything fancy like that.
There's a new dead pig. They've got 3 new areas, new teleport system. They just used the dogs again because they were lazy and didn't want to use the Pentagon thief. They didn't really want to recode.
They didn't want to have to put his model into Blackout and then it'd be awful.
Gosh darn it, Raven. Gosh darn.
Blackout has.
What are you meant to be doing again?
I think we're talking about Blackout.
Oh yeah. Should we actually focus on Blackout?
Yeah. The ray gun is horrible.
The ray gun is. I've only used it in the beta, so I can't really say much. But in the beta, it was alright.
No, in the beta it was really good and had like ammo, but I got it like because I just kept dropping like Asylum like for an entire day or whatever. And basically, I got it because it's not in the box. It's a zombie drop, but it's like got 10 ammo, and it'll melt people, but you can't really keep it.
Alright.
And that's a big thing. And,
Yeah, because it takes up a weapon slot as well, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, and with the box as well. Another horrible thing is, you know the guns that you get from the box?
Yeah.
Horrible. There's no point. There is 0 point. Like,
I've also got like a KM with 4 attachments. That was alright.
yeah, but that's not like. I'm talking about like the MP40 and that.
Oh, like the mystery box exclusive ones. I thought you just meant any weapon that you got from the mystery box.
Nah, I'm on about the exclusive ones. They're not good.
I mean, if you really want, like, what, Richtofen's MP40, right? So
We don't know yet because they haven't
want-
been like announced or released yet. The only ones out right
oh
now.
right, yeah.
Yeah, the only ones out right now are just the new specialists.
Well,
Which-
let's say it. The MP40 is flipping Richtofen, so you'd have that in your slot, and then you'll carry a weapon that you actually want. That's what you do.
Yeah, but
you
then
you can only use that weapon.
I have a question for you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Whose gun is the Grav?
I don't even know what.
The Grav is the name of the Galil. They renamed it.
Okay. Whose gun's the?
Exactly, because it's a Black Ops 1 gun.
Yeah. What the? Yeah. What? Who's that going to? Maybe it's not going to anyone. Maybe they're just like, hey, have a flipping Galil remake. Fuck it.
I still
Why
like.
not?
I feel like all the zombies characters should have like just things related into the zombie mystery boxes. So then when they get released for that, like every single day, it's just gonna be everyone dropping at zombie places.
50 people at like Lighthouse. Oh no, that sounds awful.
The thing is, it won't even be like it probably won't be as simple as like the normal steps. Because for like the specialist ones, for like one of them, you only need to just have the item and just do stuff in a game. But
Yeah.
one of the best thing is, if you're in a game with a bunch of people, yeah, and you do the task, like if you're in like quads or whatever, or duos, if you do whatever the task for the specialist is, and it just tells you in the game, like with the thing, and your teammate kills you, you get the skin, and then they'll get the skin. Because I stole, because I stole a specialist skin off someone by killing them and just picking up the item. Because it counts as all the things being done.
Alright, that's like good yikes. A good yikes. I mean, the first skin I got was what, Talk, because it was just in the supply drop when we were playing a game.
I got like The only one I have right now is like the Crash or whatever, just because I stole it off someone like at the end of a game.
I quite like the whole like task to get the skins because it's like not pay to win. It's just or not even pay to cosmetic. You have to actually play the game and try it to unlock skins, which means that if you have a skin, it's probably because you're talented, or if you're like me, just lucky. Very lucky.
It's like the people who have those like unlocked skins, because there's only like 5 or so that you just unlock via playing. Those are like big boys, because I've been playing like a lot. And like, you can get with a win is like, I can't remember how many merits it is, but it's like, I think it's like around 100 merits, but kills like only worth 10 merits. So even on double XP, it doesn't count for Blackout. So people who have like the high skins, like the level 100 or whatever, or like 80 something, I can't remember what level it is.
Get the victories.
Yeah.
Constantly. Flip.
Oh,
You got 2 wins.
I'm also at 2, but I only got counted for 1 because my first one was a draw. Even though it said it didn't count it yet. Very dead.
Watch the other guy get it as well. He gets the win. Yeah, because it said game over for you, didn't it?
It said game over, and then 1.
First place.
Yeah.
Did you get a victory quote or defeat quote?
I don't remember. I think I got. I don't know. I didn't get either. I got a like defeat quote, but I'm pretty sure the other guy also got a defeat quote, and that's very dead.
They should have given you both the win. If you both kill each other, both get a win.
Should have just been nice.
Alright, so what I want to talk about is the kill time in Blackout.
Yeah,
I think it's
so
too fast.
quick.
I think it is too fast. Like, if you get shot from behind, you have no reaction time.
Yeah, the thing is,
because you're out in the open.
You can't like run or anything. And the thing is, one thing I'll do is I'll try turn, but you can't. You have to have really high sensitivity to do it. But even then, you're still screwed because it's whoever gets the first hit.
Yeah. And also, since you can't build Fortnite.
But a reason for the high kill times is I can't remember what it was. I think it's like one of the server things. The speeds are lower than what it was for the beta and what they claimed it to be. So essentially, things register differently. And you don't have to be on a. The weird thing is that I'll see like kill cams and they'll be like away from me and I'll be moving, but the bullets will like track and it's really horrible. It's just because like server timings are like a lot slower than they were, and that's why you see people at 8 Thoughts making videos about it, like complaining about it because it's a genuine issue.
I don't know. I might stay away from Blackout until some stuff has been brought into it. I think it's just too fast.
Yeah. One of the things
it's a good game.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
One of the things is though, like one of the big issues I've been seeing recently, because I'm getting higher. If you have a bunch of people that play like how I do, where sit back, gradually move in.
Yeah.
Then, if you get to a position where, because you only have so many like closing ins, and after you get to the final 5, it just keeps closing.
Yeah.
And there isn't a safe zone. Then you get screwed because it takes like 10, 15 at a time. And because no one rushes, it's just whoever has meds.
Yeah, I like the only time I won was normally when I'm like pushing. So I get the center circle and I somehow fortify down, and then I get to take out the players that are moving in. That's like how to win, pretty much. Or you get lucky. It's either way.
One of like the last game I played yesterday, it was final 3 and the circle was doing the closing in thing. So basically there was 2 people either side. You know, like the rocks near like Turbine? You know, where there's massive rocks?
Yeah.
There was one guy sat on a rock and I saw him, and then I saw this other guy prone like in grass. So it was whoever I rushed, either way I couldn't win because another person would pick me off. So I rushed the guy
Yeah.
prone, and then just killed him because I had no armor or anything. So I just rushed this guy, killed him, wiped him out. And then the thing was, I got 9 banged, and because they're ridiculous, I just got downed. Because they were OP in the beta and they're still really good now. Just because of the time like you blurred for it's still really high.
Yeah, I haven't like been hit with a 9 bang yet in Blackout somehow. Oh no, I think I got hit once. It did take.
I think it depends on how people prioritize things, because there's like 3 types of equipment you can have, or like 4. And it'll be a grappling hook, which are very useful, because no one looks on roofs.
Yeah, frag.
Cluster grenades mainly.
Yeah.
Molotov, and a 9 bang. Because concussions are rarer. And it all depends on how you play, to be honest, because a 9 bang is more powerful than say a grenade or a Molotov.
Yeah.
Like a Molotov's useful for like closing people down, but if you truly just want to like buzzkill someone, like just kill them without them being able to react, then it's a 9 bang. Just because they can't do anything, like, which is a big issue if you're getting hit by one, because you're screwed, and it's just like, it's really irritating.
Well, I remember in the beta, and if you say that it's only slightly being improved for that, it's still quite bad.
Yeah, it's just there's like
pretty bad.
Yeah, the time's only slightly lower, but the thing is, full-on concussions, yeah, you can still shoot out of it, but a 9 bang you can't. Like, you can't shoot out of it first. And then when, like, because, you know, you go white, when it fades in, it's still where you were facing, like, just a snap image of where you were facing before. And then it fades to what you're actually looking at now, so there's not enough time for you to react properly.
I think if they get rid of that, like, end bit, where you're blurred, it should be balanced. Maybe.
I think, like, one of the things they might do, I don't know if they will do, but I'd like them to just, like, lower the time of it, to be honest.
Just have it faster, yeah. Faster animation.
But that's why, like, one of the things that people do is, like, you know, because there's low times to react, and, like, high kill times. That's why instead of running away, like, if you see any tips video, like, from Drifter or anything, they'll just say, if you get a shot or hear a shot, just go prone. Because everyone expects you to run, but if you go prone, you're still very screwed. Because you can't turn.
Yeah. I feel like if you get shot, you're pretty much fucked, unless you somehow pull it back. You can't really run. You can't... Like, you might be able to turn around and shoot them, but that's gonna be, like, risky anyway. Because you stay out in the open.
The only way you can defend is if you're in cover.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could build the cover, but then again, you're getting shot at and you're panicking at that point, so you won't probably know to click the, you know, build button. The defense. What even is that? Is that RB?
RB is like your equipment.
So it'll be LB.
Yeah, like your heals.
Sure.
Oh, heals.
So,
heals have good spawns.
I think heals.
Yeah, like, you know what medkits and trauma kits, like trauma kits especially, they have really good spawn rates.
Oh yeah, and they've got those little like medic bags that you can find as well.
Yeah.
They're cool because you get like what 2 trauma kits and a few med kits. It's all good. Like heal is like you get so many heals, but the issue is like you probably won't use them because you'll either be dead or.
Yeah, the only time you really need it is if you're in the storm.
Yeah, that's true.
Something that I do enjoy
Speaking of the storm, the perks. Wow.
There's been a bunch of them got like buffed like really hard. So now they're like every single perk is like kind of viable apart from Brawler.
Brawler, yeah.
But the thing is, it still works how it did in the beta, where you can sit in the circle, you know, because you get one of the things is you get health back if you punch someone.
Yeah, yeah.
So one thing people would do, and I think it still works, is if you're sat in the storm with someone like the final circle, if it's you and a teammate, you can just keep punching each other and you'll get health back.
Oh my. Of course, only flipping the cup community. Yeah, mate, sit in stall, let's punch each other.
Let's just sit in the corners, jab each other in the elbow.
Yeah, so there's like so many good perks now. So there's like one where you take less damage in the storm.
Yeah, like Outlander.
I've heard, yeah, that there. And then there's Dead Silence still. That's always been good. What's the one where you can like hear everything?
Awareness.
Well, that's like I like to think it's good, but it just throws you off more than anything.
Yeah. One thing that I don't know if it was in the beta or if it was I didn't use it was this one called Paranoia, and it's really useful. Just because
I think it was in the beta, yeah.
Because it's like if someone targets you or you're in their like line, you'll get like an audio cue, so you know to like run or whatever, and that really helps, especially with like high kill times.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna start using that more. Like I pick it up and I was thinking, oh, it's a bit useless, because I'll probably be dead before the indicator goes off. But I suppose people like try and line up the shots.
Yeah, especially with like people sniping like towards the end.
Yeah.
That was the thing that got nerfed as well. Snipers got like nerfed, a lot of them did, because before in the beta, if you had iron lungs or whatever and you just aimed, you'd always be in the still state. Like there would be no sway.
Alright.
But now with iron lungs you have to hold it down and it just uses it faster. But basically snipers got nerfed so there's massive sway. And especially...
I think that helps though, because snipers are pretty overpowered.
Yeah. There's, I can't remember which it is, I think it's the Outlaw. That's a one-shot kill, like in the upper body and head.
It's funny to say that because on zombies it's trash.
Pretty much, like there's some snipers that are really useful in zombies though.
Yeah. What's that like one that legit looks like the M14, but with a scope on?
Koshka.
I forgot what it's called.
I think it's the Koshka.
No, that's
no,
the,
that's
like weird looking one.
That's the dead green everywhere looking one.
Yeah. I know what I'm on about. It's an M14 with a sight, pretty much, and that's so good in zombies, and the Paladin. Anyway, we're not talking about zombies. Let's get back to Blackout.
The Paladin is one that's exclusive to like loot crates or whatever.
Yeah.
So and it's one of the good ones because it has like very low sway because it has a like tripod or whatever.
Yeah.
So like snipers, some of them are really good, but some of them are terrible. Like some of the ones you think would be good.
What's that one sniper you find like on the ground all the time that just has no sight at the beginning?
That is the Koshka.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
Trash! I once shot a guy like 4 times to down him with that. I thought it'd be good. The sniper. 4 times.
The thing is, all snipers like sniper scopes are kind of rare because none of them start off with scopes apart from like certain ones. So basically, every sniper you get is just a hunting rifle for the start.
Yeah. Until you find a lucky guy with a few sniper sights on him.
Something that I like is like the looting system. They've made the UI like a lot simpler because before you'd have to scroll all the way, but now you can just back scroll, like scroll left at the start.
Yeah.
And then it'll take you to like all the ammo and stuff, so it's like a lot simpler.
Yeah.
I
think that was like an issue because do you know like the looting system? It's much better than like other looting systems, like PUBG, because you just open up the backpack and it's there. You don't have to go into a menu. You go into like straight into the like it just pops up.
Yeah, and the thing is, with that you're not stuck in place. You go and just walk away. Like if you hear someone coming, you can just like run away, but you'll still be in the little menu state. Like you can still pick things up.
Yeah, that's like the good thing. It's fast paced because you're not in a menu and you're not standing still. You can still move about. It's just good. Good system. Olden Treyarch. Well, it's not Treyarch, it was Raven, wasn't it?
Yeah. One thing that is like abundance and quite horrible is there's so many like little sites everywhere that you'll never actually use.
Yeah, there's like what the 8 times site. I guess you could use that sometimes.
I think like the sites go up to like 4, and then that's sort of useful if you want like long range sniper assault rifles. Like certain ones, like the ABR is godly, but you can just wang a sniper on that and it works just fine. Like both versions of the ABR are really good because there's like a sniper version of it, like you can get in zombies, and like the normal burst one, because that's like the AUG but way better. And they're both really viable as like snipers.
Yeah.
But like there's so many like, I can't remember what they're called, like ELO sites and like basically red dot sites. There's so many of them that people just won't use, and it's a waste of like inventory space. Just because they don't do much, because it's just add a little dot. With the iron sights are just as good because of how wide like your accuracy ranges. You don't need to be bang on.
Yeah.
So basically, like, all the like 2 times sights and them are way better.
Do you remember in PUBG when they had like a 32 times scope?
Yeah.
Oh god. What were they thinking? I'm happy like Blackout didn't have anything that's stupid.
The only stupid thing is
go for the Mozu.
that's a thing that's weird. The most redundant thing is the extended fast mags. Because as far as I know, there's only 2 guns that actually can use them, and that's like the KN and like a submachine gun. And they're like the only...
really?
Yeah, there's not that many. Like an ICR and a Rampart, which are like the main 2 assault rifles. They don't take them.
That's pretty bad. Like, what's the point? What's the point of having an attachment that can only be used by 2 guns?
It should be. I think it should be available on like all of them, but it's not, and it's very horrible.
Yeah.
But I think
I go to PUBG to like refer to things, but I think the way PUBG did the whole like attachment system was good, because it's just, instead of having like certain attachments, I mean you can't put certain attachments on guns, but you can pretty much put most attachments on most. And the fact that they just did it with like, say, one gun would only have 4 slots, and then the other gun would have like 5 slots available. I think that was better than what Blackout's doing.
I think that's it's sort of comparable, because certain weapons have more slots, but I think it should just be a case of all good. Like if it's a certain like type, it should be available on just all guns flat out, or like with the ABR and that, like a sniper scope, you can use that on the ABRs even though they're assault rifles, which is sort of okay. But I think it's like with magazines and that, or at least magazines, you should be able to use one all the weapons that like have a magazine slot.
Yeah.
But I think part of it is like an animation thing as well. Like, weird to say.
True. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because certain weapons just have different like reload animations, and you'd have to use a certain animation to convey that.
Yeah. I get it. I get that. I understand that. But what else? What about the map? I haven't really talked about the map yet.
Oh, certain bits of it I love, and it's so easy. But there's certain like drops that are disgusting.
Name some.
Turbine. Turbine is the worst drop in the game. Because it's so, like, there's a lot of stuff, but it's just so empty.
Isn't it just like one big like facility and then just the turbine?
It's just two like little hangars next to each other that are just open and there's nothing there.
That does sound a bit barren.
Like, the thing is, it's alright if it's like, a final circle there because of how many ways of entry there are. Like, you can jump on anything outside and there'll be ledges that you can always like jump onto to get in. But other than that, there's nothing else there, and it's just so boring. And the thing is, it's because of how unlikely the last circle is to be there, you have to travel far.
Yeah.
Because like the way the thing is, most places go through Rivertown. You have to travel so far to get to like the little bridge to get through Rivertown. Because if you go Turbine, you can't just circle all the way around. Because you'll get because there's like a little overbridge, but then you end up going around to the point near the docks, and you have to go just a long convoluted route to get anywhere. Like, on that little island, Asylum is like the better drop, just because there's like decent stuff there, like a guarantee of alright loot. And because you can just make your way like to Hydro Dam anywhere like that, just because of how close bridges are to get across. And then like there's some places that are like not overpopulated, but like a lot of people will go there, which is basically anywhere at the start, but mainly places like Construction Site and that are like very lively drops.
Wait, is it Firing Range that has the farm as well in it?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
not...
that place is like...
That swarms with people, like once you get to circles. Yeah. It's not a starting drop kind of place. Like,
Firing Range is, but the farm isn't.
Yeah, it's because people think people wouldn't go there, but it's swarming with people. And because it's more...
I mean, Mommy did say the Firing Range is gonna be like the Tilted Towers.
It is right, to be fair. It's because of how much loot there is, and because of different levels as well.
And so it's also the exact center of the map. So
yeah.
There's like, if you're there, you probably won't tackle.
And it's because of like how many vehicles there are around there. Like, you can always, you're guaranteed like a helicopter, a truck, or a quad. So there's always like a mode of transport to get out if you need to, but it's very unlikely that you will. So it's one of the more safer drops in terms of like where the storm is, but it's not safe in how many people are going to be there.
Yeah. There are quite a few players.
And then, as much as we like the Call of the Dead Lighthouse, it's a dead drop. Like, you're not gonna get the best of weapons there, and you're very unlikely to get good armor.
Like, and then the way out the island is like you pretty much have to go into the storm to go back to the island.
Yeah, unless there's a boat, but even if there is, you're still very screwed, because you either have to just cross to the main island and then run, or you'd have to go all the way around.
Near cargo docks.
Yeah.
You have to go around cargo docks, yeah. Pretty big. There's like, there's a few issues with that, but it's like, I still like Lighthouse. Good place. Still drop there.
Oh, no. The worst drop is Nuketown Island. That is the worst drop, because there's nothing there. Like, on the main bit, there's nothing there. And because there's only 2 bridges off, like, you can't really go by water. And there's always either a helicopter, or if there isn't, there's only 1 truck out. And if a bunch of people go there because it's the first drop, there's no one is making it out, apart from 1 dude.
The one thing that I'm happy about Nuketown is the fact that the bunker's open.
Yeah.
That's just something
I didn't know how in-depth it went until I went there, and it's really mad, and I got lost, to be honest.
Yeah. The first time I dropped Nuketown, I went straight to the bunker and listened to that fucking transit music. And I got lost. and probably died. I don't remember further than that. I just remember the transit music.
I think like certain locations are worse for that because you don't know where you've already been and like what you've already looted.
Yeah, like, I
Whereas,
think Newtown's huge for that. Yeah.
whereas like if you go to like estates or like construction site, you know like what level you've beaten to and what buildings you've been in and looted, so you don't end up going back there. Whereas Nuketown or Asylum or something like that, because of the buildings, like in Nuketown, you'll end up just going through the same ones and you won't know where you have been or haven't been. And then in Asylum,
Yeah.
it's just a massive like circle. Like it is like the building of Asylum itself is sort of a maze.
I don't even know where the mystery box is. I was trying to look for it.
Something I learnt is it changes place, like inside of Asylum.
Alright. That's probably why I keep getting screwed over. Gosh darn Asylum. So, discuss the map, perk, equipment, characters. Worst drop locations. Best drop locations. Oh wait, we haven't really talked about best drop locations. Where's your average place to drop?
My, like, where I've been most successful dropping is estates.
Okay.
Because it's
Estates,
middle.
yeah.
Because it's on the middle, but it's on the outskirts. So you can go anywhere from there. And it's not a massively popular drop. And you're either going to get a chopper.
You go.
And you'll either get like a chopper or a quad so you can get out, and the building with the chopper like is likely to have one of the big crates, and you're like gonna get out with decent armor.
I think I agree that estates is probably like the best place to drop to, you know, try and get a win. But I just like love dropping Asylum or Lighthouse or the boxing ring, because don't know if you know this, but I'm a bit of a zombies fan. Just slightly.
That was the thing is, I spent the entire weekend dropping Asylum, and I gradually got better at dropping there. But
yeah.
Trial
and error.
I hate dropping in the actual building itself. Like I'll always drop.
True.
I'll always go to the
Like
maze.
Yeah.
Because no one else goes to the maze, and then I'll go to the house at the back. Because something that I learned is if you go from there and you work to Hydro Dam, because it's a dead drop, no one will actually go there. There'll be so many like shipping containers just with random like little attachments or perks in it.
Just slowly loot up.
The place.
Yeah, I think
the place that I've dropped the least is cargo docks.
I don't think I've ever dropped there. True, yeah.
The only time I dropped there was during the beta, and there was nothing there. Like no
I haven't dropped
decent weapons.
Turbine or cargo docks.
I dropped Turbine during the beta, and and it's not changed. Like it's still the same thing, and it's still quite bad.
Still dead. Right, have we covered everything? Try to think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, leveling system. Last thing.
Oh, because it's been a thing through all of Black Ops. It's been quite bad, like XPs and stuff. The system is quite. You level up fast, but if you're good.
Yeah, it rewards like skilled players. You can't really get off by doing you can't really get through it by doing bad. Because you get like 10 merit, did you say, for a kill?
Yeah, a kill is just
you get
10 merits.
Yeah, you get like 100 if you win.
Yeah, but one of the things
it's definitely focused around winning.
One of the things is challenges reward you 25 merits just for doing any challenge at any level.
Alright.
So it's sort of weak because I think I'm at level like 12 now or something, and it's like about 300 or so, like around 300 merits to get to the next level. and it goes up in like caps of like 50 or so. Like when you get up to the
Alright.
really high levels, it'll just be really hard. But if you just sit
Yeah.
out and go for wins, you'll level up a lot faster than if you try to get high kills.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, like, you'll have to get 10 kills to match a win. And, like, in something like Fortnite, I could see you do that, because it's more, like, easier to defend, and then you can regain, like, control. But in Blackout, it's, like, really due to the first shot. Whoever
Yeah.
gets that first shot.
Whoever is on offensive in Blackout essentially has the game, apart from those who sit like in a decent place or have like basically a surrounding of where they're fine. Like if you have a sniper sat on a ridge, they might be able to pick someone off who rushes them, but then they might not. But if it's just someone sat on the floor, then they're screwed because of just the way terrains are. Like, because if it's someone sat on a ridge with like a sniper, you can if they're on a high level, you can't really throw a grenade or a flashbang from a distance to get them, or like just rush at them because you'll just get picked off. But if it's just anyone on an equal level, then it's more of a fair game. But it's essentially
Like, you go.
those who win like that's why there's so many default skins. It's not because fake defaults are a thing in Blackout. It's because there's genuinely not that many high level people.
Yeah. It is pretty tough. Have to agree. What I was gonna say was I was on to turbine at like final area, and I was at full health. I had level 3 shield, and I was hiding behind a rock because I was a pussy. And a guy came up like I'd say he was about 50, meters away or something. So like quite a far distance. And he shot one bullet in with I think it was a sniper, but he was behind me, so it didn't hit my head at all. I was like, I think I was crouched, not crouched. I was like prone, so he shot me, and it would have only hit like my leg or something. I got one shot, which I found really bullshit, because I don't think a sniper should one shot to the leg. So that's something I still have an issue with. The kill time's still an issue. I think that's why I might wait out until they resolve it somehow. I don't know.
I think one of the things is it's Blackout as a whole is really big. Like, if you look on Twitch, it's like it's competing with Fortnite at this point, mainly because of like people like Shroud and them lot, who were really talented at PUBG, now coming over to Blackout, which is like sort of like PUBG, but with all the Fortnite like added into it, and it just makes a really like good game. But like
definitely,
as like I sort of got into Fortnite, but as Blackout came closer, I stopped playing. So now I haven't been on Fortnite or like watched Fortnite. But then today, I genuinely like watched a Fortnite video, and I can't stand to look at it. Like now it's like if I look at even at PUBG, like visually looking at them is weird to me. It just makes them it looks horrible to me, just because of how detailed Blackout is, even considering
Blackout's
the scale.
beautiful. Yeah, Blackout's so good. It looks amazing.
Like
a game I'm actually really excited for looks. I know this is like nothing to do with COD, but Red Dead.
That is big right now.
It's gonna look amazing. I've actually bought it. I was downloaded it last night, so it should be ready today.
One thing is how I know it's definitely gonna be good is because I was reading up on it. Its frame rate is set. It's stuck at 30, but it's so the visuals are good because it's like a compromise.
Oh, that's fine. I really don't mind about set frame rate.
It's like how Blackout is capped at like I think it's capped at 30, but like load times are different depending if you're on Xbox One like normally or if you're on Xbox One X. like loading in
Yeah.
and stuff like that is a big difference just because of like processing power.
I mean, do you know, like, when the beta came around and people were complaining about how Blackout looked and saying that Blackout 3 looks better than this garbage, I was thinking, what are you on about? I went into Black Ops 3 like just to check what they're all on about, and to be honest, I think like Black Ops 4's colours pop better, while Black Ops 3 is still a bit more gritty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like true though, it's so bright because it has to be, just because of how high contrast has to be for you, like just to be able to see people. Because
Yeah.
if everything was all dark and like grungy and grey like PUBG, then everyone would just be camping and it'd totally work. But it's like the same way why Fortnite is so bright and all the skins are bright and anyone who has a black skin is tryharding. Just because it blends in. Like that's why colours
Yeah.
have to pop.
Oh no, I love how the colours pop. It's great.
It looks amazing, and I'm so glad that it doesn't have the dynamic white weather like Fortnite does.
Oh.
I'm
No,
glad
I
it's
don't mind Fortnite's thing, but PUBG when they added like rain or fog.
yeah, it hinders
That-
it. It makes it harder. That's why like
Yeah.
Blackout needs to stay like the way it is.
I swear, like Vondi said, like in the like fire question interview he had, he said the guy asked, "Is there gonna be any like weather, like fog?" And he said, "No, because the game will always be sunny because that's when you can see people."
Yeah,
And that's 100% it.
and
You like in a battle royale game, you need to see people to do well. You need to like check where people are, take them out, and move on. But if it's foggy, you like minimize like visual like cues of when someone's there. Like the only thing you'll have is, and that'll just terrify the shit out of me, to be honest. If I heard someone running around near me and there's fog, I'll be like, nope, I'll just leave. Just leave game.
like
How about?
it's especially like considering Blackout has a more complex like design than Fortnite, because Fortnite it's a lot of flat plains and stuff like that. You'll just get buildings and trees, but because they're very cartoony, you can see past that. But Blackout has so many different like types of terrain that you need to like have it stand out.
Yeah.
And it would just but the thing is, overall, I think Blackout would be amazing for anyone on PC. Just because I know they changed like press X to like pick things up as opposed to holding it. I feel like the inventory system would be like simpler for those on PC. It'll also, the entire game will just run better on a PC or on like an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Just because of how like massive it is. But overall, what are your opinions?
Great.
What are your opinions on Blackout?
I think it looks amazing. It runs amazing for, especially since we're still on like on the Xbox One, which now that the One X is out, it's like the Xbox One is nothing compared to the One X, and it still runs amazing. It still looks amazing. So I think they've done great on that. But I think the kill time's still too quick. If they can like tone down the kill time somehow, so you can't get one shot or like insta kills from the back, that would be great. But I still like the game. Don't get me wrong, still good.
It's a much better replacer to campaigns. Like this is worth not having a campaign, especially because you have specialist stories. But I don't.
That's pretty much campaign.
It is just like specific to specialists. I don't know if you unlock like anything from it, but if you do, then that's like all right. But it's worth.
I've played a bit of it, and it's pretty repetitive. It just like goes through all the specialist things, but you get like little cutscenes at least seconds long that pass of the specialist. which adds more story. So I think it's good.
There's still like something there for people who enjoy that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But overall, Blackout is definitely a worthy successor to Campaign, and it's definitely like a worthwhile mode. And it's eclipsed PUBG. Like, it's succeeded PUBG. Like, for people who like...
Yeah, go on.
Like, for people who like PUBG, they'll play this. Because Fortnite and this are incredibly different.
They're competing with each other, that's good. They're like right neck and neck right now.
And that's a brilliant thing, because like everyone who enjoyed Call of Duty and viewed it before, they'll watch Blackout because there's still the raw like thing of multiplayer and like PUBG. Essentially, it's a collision of those two like fan bases who are enjoying this and watching it on places like Twitch. And it just brings it up to the level of Fortnite, because now Fortnite, it's a massive age thing. Like a lot of like before it was like, oh yeah, everyone enjoys Fortnite, but because of like the like play style is similar to that of Fortnite, there's like definitely an age thing. But if you're like a certain age, you'll enjoy Blackout and watch Blackout more than Fortnite, simply because it's like more child oriented and like more now than ever, and it's been simplified down. Like, because Fortnite have gradually just been nerfing all the main things, especially building. Like, because last season, like, you could spray, like, a bunch of weapons were added where it was a spray, destroy any structure. And now they've took out, like jump pads and things like that were very useful in building. So now
but you know what they've done now? So if you're high up now, you can just deploy your glide whenever, so that removes fall damage. You can't do fall damage anymore.
Yeah, but that was like, you can do that in Blackout. You can jump off a bridge, deploy. But the thing is, even if you have the glide, it doesn't work as well. Like, they've gradually just been simplifying Fortnite again, back to like what it was originally. And now there's like more risk involved with things like that, with like building high structures. So now it's more raw players. Like,
I still like enjoy Fortnite. Don't get me wrong, but I think both of them are like both Blackout and Fortnite are similar in certain aspects, but it's the differences that make them so unique. Like, if one of them copied them, you could tell that this is a blatant copy. Blackout's a blatant copy of Fortnite, but it isn't. It is definitely not. It's so much more like COD than an actual battle royale. So I'm so happy they didn't just straight up copy Fortnite and they actually made it original. If you get me.
Because they've like taken certain aspects of Fortnite and applied it, but what they've taken from Fortnite is basically just the UI, like the user interface, just because it's very simplified, but then that's been adapted from things like Destiny anyway.
True.
But the thing is, it's what makes them different that determines like viewership and who wants to play it. And it's a massive thing. And I'm glad that they said they're gonna keep updating Blackout like they do with Fortnite. But one thing I've enjoyed a lot is how you're not kicked out of the game just to update. Like, the servers have been solid, which has been a big issue in past CODs. Even though they've done something to the timing of servers, which makes kill time really low, but they've been solid nonetheless. Which makes,
like, that first time when we were gonna have a patch update, like 3 days into the game being released, I was expecting an update, like, so you have to quit the game and you have to update it. But it was just a server. You just have to click A on the server change, and then it just takes about 10 seconds.
Yeah, because
and it doesn't kick you out of your game.
Yeah, which
So
is
good.
an awesome thing, because now because Fortnite you have to do a big update monthly, and you have to just update your actual system.
Oh, you have to update weekly pretty much now because of the new guns weekly.
Hmm. Whereas like Black Ops is just they don't update your game; they're updating the servers themselves,
Yeah.
which is a big thing. Because it
Oh,
means
and that's gonna happen more in the industry, meaning fuck updates. You just like imagine a future where you just have to install the game and then that's it. The servers update instead of that you have to update. This is the future. This is Blackout. Oh, fuck's sake. Bad too.
I don't want Modern Warfare 4 to just be a Blackout ripoff.
That's what I'm thinking. I think the next COD should not do a battle royale. Like, even if Activision's like, oh, let's cash grab it. No, stick to the campaign.
I think, yeah, because Infinity War's campaigns have all been solid. Like even Modern Warfare 3's, the ending was weird, but it was still fucking solid.
Even Infinite Warfare was a good campaign.
Infinite Warfare.
Fight me on that.
No, Infinite Warfare was a good campaign, but an awful game overall.
Yeah. Good solid campaign.
I think
that's the one thing I would download it. The campaign.
I don't know whether I would rather have Raven make their own game, or just have Raven keep updating Blackout. Just have them stick to Blackout and remastering CODs.
Oh yeah.
Because then you could
I think that's a good idea.
Because then you could keep it going for ages until like the genre dies.
They have said that Black Ops 4 is going to be 3 years.
At least.
Yeah, at least. Well, no, I think what they're saying is they've already got content planned for 3 years.
Yeah, they've got 3 years of development plans, and then they can, whilst they're working on the next game. Because what would very likely happen is, if Battle Royale's still big in 3 years, which it very well might be, considering the way we're going, and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like, Battle Royale is like one of the biggest things in general. Like it's even eclipsed that of like the normal multiplayer, like esports thing, which still I'm very unsure about because it's not a technique thing necessarily. It's incredibly luck based, and it's essentially gambling. Like there is skill, but then if you just know what has good drops, then you can just go there. So it's very like dodgy. It's not a solid thing as an esport to me.
Yeah. Something that's mad is the fact that like Fortnite tournaments now have like £1 million prize pools. That's like how big it's getting.
And especially with like Activision and how they've been going ham with everything for years now. They'll just invest a bunch of money in. And I hope they'll keep investing instead of just making cash grabs. They'll invest.
Like the fact that the supply drop system's out is so much good, so much better. Not so much good. That's what English me.
Considering the way the black market is now, if I would be totally fine if Activision wanted to, they went full on Battle Pass and you can buy like tiers in the black market. I'd be fine with that.
I agree, to be honest. Like, because that's just like everything in the like let's say Battle Pass or the black market is pretty much cosmetic, and so it's pretty much like saying, do you want to pay for this thing that you want? Then buy some tiers. And it's not gambling because you know what you're gonna get. You know the next tiers, they show it, and you know you're just like, yeah, I'll buy it. I want that skin. I want it. Frick off. Heck off.
Like the only thing is they do what aren't loot crates, but they're called reserves, which are somewhat like it, but they'll still just be cosmetics for weapons.
Yeah.
So
like, I'm happy that unless they do add guns into it, that might be an issue. But I'm happy that it's just cosmetics for now.
Well, tier 200 of the pass, or tier 100, like, wait, the first one I've seen, tier 105 is a signature weapon. So that's the thing.
I'm not sure about that.
And then tier 200, which is above the Hudson skin I was on about, that is also a weapon.
I'm not sure about that. They should change that. I feel that weapons should just be given. Like, if they bring out a new weapon, that should just be given to the community. Because it's not fair to, like, hide it beyond, like, a paywall or even, like, a skill wall. I think you should just get a weapon straight up.
And do you know, like, how Fortnite do progressive skins as they, like, evolve and stuff? That's what, like, the guns are as well. They'll progress as well.
Mm.
But the thing is,
I'm not sure about the guns.
there've only been, like, a few weapons. So I would prefer, or I'd be totally fine with them just getting rid of, if they removed weapons from, like, the black market, then that'd be entitled, and just keep it exclusive to multiplayer. Like, and then they should just do, I'd be totally fine with tiers.
Yeah, I agree. As long as there's no, like, thing that will allow you to kill, that's fine. Cosmetics, perfectly fine. That's just showing off what you want to look like. It's just something that you like. Unless it's like a like really dark skin. Actually, no, that wouldn't work in Blackout, but like a really camouflaged skin, that might be a bit overpowered.
To put it into perspective, in the black market, there's only 4 weapons, like, in it. So they could totally just not have any of those in, and then just sell tiers.
Mm-hmm.
And it would definitely...
Yeah, I don't think guns should be in the black market.
Just because it adds a pay-to-win aspect to it. And if it wasn't in, then selling tiers would be fine, and they probably would still be able to sell them, but it wouldn't be a gambling thing, it wouldn't be a big issue.
Mm-hmm. Like, something that Blackout3 did entirely wrong is the fact that they had more, like, weapons in supply drops than actual base guns. Which, I was surprised when they passed that limit. Like, they should have realised that having more than half your guns behind a paywall is just an issue at that point. Like, there's so many cool guns that I wanted to use, but you have to, like, spend, like, 50 to 100 quid trying to get them, and the chances are you might not even get a gun.
I think the worst thing they did is when they add cosmetic melee weapons, because all it is a cosmetic change.
Yeah.
But I think a good thing that I like is the black market is connected to multiplayer and Blackout. So if you want the Hudson skin or anything playing Blackout, because all your specialist skins and unlocks carry over to Blackout, which I like. That's good.
Yeah, so connecting the mods together.
But if anything you want to unlock, you can just go grind, like, kill confirmed, anything like that, where you just get a bunch of XP. And then you'd be able to unlock these things. So, like, there's a way around it, and you can do it, but it's like, if you want to devote your time, then you can.
Like, that's my issue. Like, say, I think I'm going to get more into Blackout, and say if I really want something that's like tier 40, say, you can't really do that in Blackout, I feel. So you're going to have to hop onto multiplayer, but I'm not really a multiplayer guy. So that's kind of like, I don't know, ruining my experience as a player.
Because it's just so many extra steps you have to take in order to do something.
Mm-hmm.
They should sort of just be there, and you should be able to be accessible.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because...
Sorry, you go.
Especially because unlocks, like, in the black market, we don't understand how tiers work. Like, we don't understand how we're unlocking things and getting XP. like, we don't really know how we're getting things from it. Like, I understand, like, we're getting Halloween events and stuff, so we'll get skins from that. But
Yeah.
even then, it's not the same.
Mhm. I think we've covered pretty much everything, yeah?
Yeah.
We went in pretty deep. That was a pretty deep, long-ass conversation.
Imagine how
We
deep
even
it'll be for
discussed a bit of
zombs.
multiplayer. Oh, we're gonna spend flipping hours on that shit.
It'll never end.
We'll just keep going. We'll probably go into like how Black Ops 1 was a good zombies.
We'll take it all the way back to a World at War zombies, and then we'll talk about
Black
Black Ops 1 zombies on the phone.